It's time for another video of my junk silver or U.S. constitutional silver dealer pickup. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and that's right, figured I would bring you in on this junk silver purchase and haul, if you will. I wasn't going to bring you in on the Walkers and Benjis. I picked up 70 half dollars. Almost a fair split between Benjamin Franklin half dollars and Walking Liberty half dollars. But in rolling them up to save them for later use, I did notice we had 4 oldies and a couple of better dates. Take a look at this. We got a 1917 S minted obverse half dollar. Not in the best shape, but still cool that it has the mint mark on the obverse. A 1917 Denver minted obverse. Both of these are under $1 million minted, so that's pretty cool. And then we got a 1919 Denver on the reverse, of course. And then we also have a 1917 Denver minted half dollar on the reverse, of course, as well. So after seeing those 4, I definitely went through all of those Walkers and all those Benjis. No really any better dates. We did have a couple of 49s in the Benjis, which was cool, but nothing fantastic based on condition. Anyway, just wanted to bring you in for those. Now, I also picked up a handful of Morgan dollars, which I haven't looked through too much yet, other than sorting them by year and just stacking them up really fast. And then I couldn't turn it down. A 1926D, beautiful piece dollar. I don't know if it's Gem BU like it's labeled, but this is an old label. Looks like it's from March of 1985. They even had the old gray sheet bid on there for an MS64. I don't think this is an MS64. This is probably an MS62 based on what I've been getting from PCGS lately, but still nice to have it. I had to buy it. I already have a nice one in my album. Just figured I'd keep this maybe for a future stream. We also picked up 49 ounces in generic silver rounds and bars because I'm going to be melting these down into some RFT bars and other goodies. And then after pulling out the $35 worth of Walkers and Benjis, we had $13.70 left in regular constitutional silver. So again, pretty excited to go through this. We'll save you the trouble on the Walkers and Benjis. I'll put those away. We'll get a quick look at the Morgans once I lay them out. And then we'll move on to this bag, which I'm most excited about because just at first glance, looks like we have some decent stuff in here as far as its condition. So curious to see if we have any better dates or better condition items in here. I know there's going to be Barbers, SLQs. I thought I saw a Seated Liberty as well. So we'll have to see when we get into that bag. We've been talking a lot because I'm excited a lot. Let me get this cleared up. Let's take a look at these Morgan dollars next. So we'll just do a quick look at the Morgan dollars. I will check these off camera for any VAMs. I haven't done any of that yet. I just stacked them by year and mint. Of course, we already saw the 1926D piece dollar. That's a beauty. First up, we have an 1880 Morgan dollar. Probably in VF condition. 1880 Philadelphia. Love the toning on it. Still a nice one. We'll add it to our rolls. And then we have an 1880 S. Slightly better condition. Probably XF. I'll take it. Maybe XF45. It's nice. And then we also have an 1884 O. Probably on the bubble of XF to VF, maybe XF, 40-ish. Pretty clean overall, but also a little bit suspicious on the luster on it. Maybe it was cleaned at one point. Next up is an 1885. This is a beauty. This looks like original luster. 1885p. This is probably a low AU. Yeah, low AU, maybe XF45 as well. Then we have an 1897 Philadelphia. Not too shabby. Again, none of these are going to be mint state, but for the price I picked them up for, I can't get mad at that. And they are nice looking as far as being put in an album. This 1898 has some exceptional toning. Don't see very much cartwheel, so it might be artificial toning, but I don't care. It's still a beauty. And like I said, I got it at a pretty good price. So I'll take it. And then we have a 1921 Philly. Original luster on this one for sure. Nice condition. And 3 1921 Denvers in varying conditions and grades. Definitely want to check any of these for any possible VAMs as well. So that's what we got in the Morgans and Peace dollars. Again, happy to have them. I do love stacking Morgan dollars. I'll be adding these to my Morgan dollar rolls. And I don't think this will upgrade my album. Mine's better, but definitely we'll pull it aside. We'll figure out something to do with it for sure. Now that we've done that, I'm excited to see if there's anything good in this bag. Let me get everything out of this bag and sort it by denomination and type. And we'll bring in for that look next. All right, we've got them dumped out and sorted by denomination and type. We do have one seated Liberty half dollar, quite a few Liberty head or Barber half dollars, a seated Liberty quarter, some Barber quarters, and some SLQs, and 2 cleaned Barber dimes. Let me go ahead and start with the half dollars first. I'll get them sorted by year and mint, and we'll see if we have any goodies in there. All right, we've got the half dollars laid out here. We do have one Liberty seated half dollar. It has a filled in hole in it, so it's definitely damaged. The last digit is definitely an 8, but based on the reverse, not having a motto on the back and having the stars around the top, I think this is a variety 1, 1858. I'll put it under the scope. I don't see arrows at the date. And again, there's no motto on the reverse. So it has to be a variety 1. And based on it being a variety 1, it can only be 1856 through 1866 or 1839 through 1853. And we know that's an 8. So it's got to be 1848, which it's not. 1858, which it could be based on the damage. And that's it. It can't be any other date. Man, it's a tough call. I don't know what you guys think, but maybe it's just a damaged, warped, twisted from being drilled 5. I don't know. Either way, it's damaged. It's a Philadelphia mint. I'm going to guess 1858p. You guys let me know if I'm missing something. Maybe I need to freshen up my Liberty seated half dollar knowledge, but that's what I think. For the Barber half dollars, it's almost like we got somebody's album dump here to an extent because we've got an 1899p, a 1900p, a 19010, a 19020, a 19030, a 1903p, a 1905s, a 1908, a 1909p, and then 2 1915ds. Based on condition, year, and mint, nothing here is fantastic. They're all pretty much slightly better than coal. Maybe a few of them are coal. But for the price I paid, I'm happy to add some more Barber halves to my collection. Let me just double check to see if any of these upgrade or update or fill a spot in my Barber halves, which I doubt. But if they do, that'll make me excited. After I do that, I'll bring in for the quarter hunt next. All right, we've got the Liberty seated and Barber quarters set up here. For the Liberty seated, we've got a pretty worn 1875p. I mean, this thing is pretty much coal, and it's a common date, but nice to see it. We once again had a myriad of Barbers, like it was pulled out of an album. 1892p, it is a first-year Barber quarter. 1893, 1894, 1895, 1896, 98 and 99, couple of 1900s, a 1902 in decent shape but probably been cleaned, a 1905 in decent shape, slightly better date, 1906, 1907, barely can see it, an 08, 09, and an 11, and two 14s, and if I recall, they're both Denvers. Yeah, both Denvers. So nothing fantastic there. Slightly a few better date ones, but again, based on the condition, they're not fantastic. Nothing is better than VG at the most. I don't see a lot of Liberty on most of these. Some of them are decent, like this one, 1911. Very common. Probably one of the better looking ones of the bunch. And that makes me happy to get a nice one. Might upgrade. And then there's a few other ones that are decent as well. You can see some of Liberty on 1906, but it's got some nicks on the rim. And then for the older ones, again, very little detail, nothing fantastic, but I'll never turn down buying Barber quarters any day of the week. Let me check them against my album, see if any upgrade or fill any spots, and then move on to the SLQs next. So not too bad on the SLQs. We did get two 1925s. The best one is this top one, and it's not in that bad a shape. 1925 Philadelphia. I'll take that all day. No 26s. We did get three 1927s. No DRSs, of course. The best one is this top one. Again, not in that bad a condition at all. For 1928, we got both a Philadelphia one, decent condition, and slightly better date, 1928 Denver. For 1929, we got a nice 1929 Philly and a 1929 S. That's pretty nice. I'll take that. And then 1930, we got a 1930 Philly in decent shape as well. The find of the SLQs seem to be getting one of these every batch, it seems like. This is going to be a 1917 Type 1 S. And I'll put it under the scope so that you can see it. There's the S mint mark right there. And that's a 1917. We know it's a 17 even though the date's hard to see because it is a Type 1 by the hair bun. You can see that the hand is in the Liberty. And more importantly, no stars under the eagle on the reverse. It is damaged. It's got a hole in it. It's got some warping. But I will take it. You can't get mad at finding a 1917 S Type 1 in your junk silver purchase. Not too shabby on the SLQs. I do love them. They're my favorite coin of all the U.S. Constitutional Silver. So anytime I can get some beauties like some of these are, I'll take them all day. As far as the dimes, we'll just do the wrap up. We got a couple of uglies, a 1908 and 1910, both polished, both slick, both ugly, but we'll stack them nonetheless. Hopefully you enjoyed this small but fun junk silver hunt with me. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.